First off, welcome. Thank you guys. I know it's kind of a busy week for everybody with the holidays, so we'll try and keep this short and sweet this morning and get moving. The first item on the agenda is going to be the approval of the Staywell minutes. Unfortunately, we had a busy month. We had not only our November meeting for our regular scheduled meeting, but we also had two separate special meetings that were called, so we'll have to approve all three sets of minutes. First set of minutes is going to be from our regular meeting on Wednesday, November 18th. I sent all these out earlier last week, so hopefully everybody had time to look over them, and if they had any changes or requests to be added. I didn't get anything. If anybody has anything at this time.
I'll make a motion to approve them, Mike.
Okay. Motion made by Mike Laver.
I'll second it.
Seconded by Jamie. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Motion approved. Second set of minutes we have are from Thursday, December 10th. This was a special meeting that was called in reference to the RFP for the health advisory consultant. Anybody have any questions or comments on regarding those minutes?
I'll make a motion.
Second.
Okay. Sounds like Jamie made the motion. Seconded by Mike Laver. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Motion approved. And the third and final set of minutes from a special meeting we had on December 16th regarding the sale of the remaining Staywell equipment from the clinic, and it was going to be purchased. It was a group effort that was going to purchase it between the fire department, emergency preparedness, and then there was a grant from the health department. So anybody have any questions over those meeting minutes?
Make a motion to approve.
All right, Mike Laver makes a motion to approve the minutes. Have a second?
I'll second.
Seconded by Jeff. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Motion approved. Next up will be finance. Kimberly sent out the financial report. Excuse me, due to some IT issues that happened over the last couple of weeks, we weren't able to get the full financial report. I know she went through and sent through like our last page, the main summary of it. And I think after everything's back up and running, she'll be able to send out the rest of the report. So
Yeah, I am on, Mike.
Oh, hi, Kimberly. How are you?
Good morning. Fine. Yes, I recreated this part of the report for you guys. It may look a tad bit different, but I'm going to try to do the same thing. If there's 0 lines, I just, nothing on a line, I left it blank, didn't include it, but it's pretty similar format to what you've had so you could get your financial statement. I figured that was the most important piece for you. If you notice, the OAP1 plan had an $89,000, $478, loss for the month of November. The OAP2 plan had a $60,728 income, and your ending balance as of November 30th was $1,340,686. You can tell in the first 5 months of this fiscal year, we've had about a $2,034,917,000. I can't talk this morning. I'm sorry. $2,034,917 loss or decrease in our income and assets this year.
Ouch.
Yep.
Yeah.
Been
that's something
rough couple months. This month we were pretty much similar to what we were last month, slightly down. I think, if I recall, maybe 25,000, but it was pretty close to where we ended last month. So we kind of held our own. And the equipment sale for the clinic will be booked in December. I've already booked that. So that will be, I'll reflect that on next month's statement.
Okay. Yeah, and I know the committee's been staying on top of this. We, it was brought to our attention in August and everything. Once everything started opening back up from the COVID shutdown, and we started seeing those hits on our plan. And that's something that we'll just have to continue to watch. I know the next 30 to 45 days are going to be pretty busy as far as the committee's concerned and looking over the plan and reviewing stuff. So that's something that we'll have to really keep a close eye on, be in contact with city administration on. So thank you, Kimberly, for putting this together. I know it hadn't been easy with everything that's going on, the systems being down, but we appreciate your time and your effort putting this together for us this morning.
Okay, thank you. Happy holidays.
Happy holidays to you. Does anybody have any questions over the finance report?
I make a motion to accept it.
Okay. Mike Labor makes a motion to accept the financial
I'll
report.
second.
Jamie makes a second. All in favor of approving the motion? Or, sorry, now I can't talk. Thanks, Kimberly. Not enough coffee this morning. All in favor of approving the finance report, say aye.
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 Motion approved. Julie or Lisa, update on CIGNA.
Sure. Hi, everybody. So, couple quick things. Sam's Club was momentarily out of our pharmacy network, and it is now back in. So that's good news. And, you know, sometimes those negotiations go down and or pass the wire, but they're back in. So I wanted to just mention that. And then as far as COVID reporting, so for year to date, January through November, we have, there were 721 people tested, 69 diagnosed, and then the total spend was just over 100,000. So that compares with last month where we had 578 tested, 44 diagnosed, and then it was about 73,000 in spend. And remember, just this is based on people getting stuff coded correctly, and then it will flow through to this report that I pull. And that's really about it, Mike.
Okay.
Julie, can I ask you a question?
Sure.
Last couple of days we've been hearing, not from I don't know whether it was talks about the stimulus or whatever, but there's been some COVID extra charges for like hospital stays or hospital admissions or emergency room visits. Have we suffered from any of that kind of? I guess that they were describing them as secondary charges that some of the hospitals or whatever were trying to push through on the COVID stuff. We haven't had any of that happen to us, have we?
No, and so what we saw some stuff kind of from it on dental. We saw some dentists who were trying to charge for PPE because they had donated all of their PPE during the shutdown, and we put a stop to that. I think from the hospital side, you know, for any of our in-network providers, they have specific contractual obligations, so they can't try to pull that kind of crazy stuff. And then if somebody's out of network, we have a very aggressive approach to making sure that members don't get balance billed for things that aren't covered. So, and I think we've really turned the heat up on that stuff. So that would include things where people are trying to upcharge for this or that and the other. And because that whole egregious billing practice is very high on our list at the highest levels of CIGNA. And so we're really watching for that. So that I don't see any of that coming through for you guys. I think, again, it's just things are set up so that, you know, most of what comes through for the city is via in-network providers. So they already are contractually obliged to, you know, do the right thing and so on. So good question, though. I think it's just scary to know that people are doing, you know, trying to pull some of these shenanigans, and we're really pretty hardcore about defending against those on members' behalfs and also on the plan's behalf. So,
all right, good to hear.
Any other questions for me? All right, thank you.
Thank you.
Julie. Hang on just a second, guys. Okay. There was somebody trying to get into the meeting. Next up on the agenda is going to be our report from Lockden.
Okay, good morning, everyone.
Good morning, Amber. Good morning, Dina.
She's on mute. Okay, so oh, sorry, Dina, I didn't mean to talk over you. So for the month of November, we have total plan costs of about $1.46 million. We did have a spec reimbursement of $123,000 that hit, and then you'll notice that there is a Medicare D subsidy payment in the amount of just shy of $177,000. So that helps obviously with the net plan costs look a little bit more favorable. So as you can see on the average PEPM year to date, you're at 1,447. This time last year, you were 1,086. So when you compare those two numbers, that represents a 33% increase year over year. Of course, as we have been doing with the removal of the post-65 retirees, we are also looking at the claims on a PMPM basis. So this year to date, you're at $605 versus this time last year, which is $500. So that is a little bit more of a favorable increase, still high, but a 21% increase. So again, if you're looking at a PEPM, it's a 33% increase year over year. If you're looking at a per member per month, it's a 21% increase year over year.
Amber, can you give me those numbers again on the PEPM versus where we are at for 2020 and then versus 2019?
Yeah, for sure. So year to date for the PEPM, you're at 1,447. This time last year, you were 1,086.
Okay. Ouch. Thank you.
And then did you need it on the PMPM too, Mike?
No, I got the PMPM.
Okay.
Thank you.
Perfect. Okay, and then if you flip or scroll, I guess, to the large claim page, you have one additional member from last month. So we are up to 17 members who have claims over 150,000. You'll see that the total amount over spec for year to date is 199,000. So of course, I always like to look at this compared to last year, and the amount over last year, we had 11 folks over with 7 folks over 250,000 threshold. And the delta between the amount over spec, which we've kind of belabored over the months, but so again, I said it's 199,422. Last year at this time, it was $1,366,000. So obviously a giant delta between the 2 years on that. So again, just in line with what Dina and I have been saying over the last couple months, you've got a lot of large claimants, but well, you can look at it, quote unquote, unfortunately, we'll say that word relatively, they're not hitting the spec, so you're not benefiting from those reimbursements. And then we have also updated, per Mike's request, a couple months ago, we've updated the large claim page on the very last page just to show kind of the trend in number of claimants at certain thresholds and the dollar amount of those. So to give you a trend basically of what's happening year over year. What questions can I answer for you guys?
Do we have any I see on the bottom here on the large claimants page, the 13 claims that are over 100,000. Do we have any of those that we'll probably see pop up in the next month or so for the end of the year?
Dina, do you happen to have that handy, or Julie?
I'm
here.
pulling it up.
Okay, so you have them there. Let me kind of read them off. There's the largest one is 160,533 currently, and then the next ones are about 145. So
we could very easily see this number of 17 grow then.
that could easily go up.
Okay.
So yeah, there's several at 100 and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Like 5 of them, 6 of them are between 125 and 150 right now.
Okay.
Thank you, Dina.
Does anybody have any questions for Lockton?
I miss our Christmas dinner.
I know.
Yeah,
Right.
the cinnamon rolls.
Eating a cinnamon roll right now.
That's what we did all year. That's what we strive for, is the cinnamon rolls.
I know. Well, I hope that I didn't look at the last meeting, but the meeting notes for the last time, but I hope that it was reflected that I did offer.
I will make sure to put it in this month's meeting minutes as well.
And we would like to also just acknowledge that we had a wonderful working relationship for the past 10 years and are certainly sorry that you're not, that our submission through public purchase was not received, so we didn't have an opportunity to continue that relationship, but we'll do best in the future.
Well, and I know I'll speak on my behalf. Is I thank you, Amber and Dina, for everything you guys have done for us over the last 10 years. I know you've really helped me along on this committee and really been very honest and upfront with us. And it's been a great relationship, and I wish you guys the very best. Thank you very much for everything.
Likewise.
My thanks also.
Agreed.
Oh, you girls thought I was a pain in the ass sometimes, but I appreciate it.
Well, I will miss the banter. Indeed. I will miss the banter.
Yeah. We'll just hope you'll see what the CBIS syndrome looks like versus the Lockton syndrome.
Okay.
Oh, goodness gracious.
Okay.
Hey, just one more time, Dina. We win. No, we didn't.
You didn't win this year, though. You
No,
lost.
we didn't win by a lot.
Okay. Does anybody have any further questions for Lockton? Nope. Do we have a motion to approve their report?
Motion.
Jeff
Second.
makes a motion to approve the Lockton report, seconded by Mike Labor. All in favor, say aye.
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 Motion approved. I see. Let's see. I think Terry is on. Is Jennifer on as well? Do we have an update from HR?
This is Terry. I'm on. We're just working on still getting open enrollment information uploaded and fixing errors with that. And that's basically what we're focusing on right now.
Are the new cards being sent out, Terry?
Yeah, hopefully soon.
I just wondered if the hack had affected any of that.
No, it didn't affect our system for benefits, so that's good. But just getting everything uploaded, and you know, we had the non-mandatory open enrollment this year, and so it's the first time we've dealt with just carrying over benefit elections on the system from last year. So it's caused a few problems, but we're getting that fixed. And Julie, do you know when the cards will be mailed out? I know we have that one error report on the table, but are you going to go ahead and process the other ones that were the eligibility?
Yeah. So I believe that we are submitting today to the ID card vendor, and so that means that they will be in the mail probably Monday would be probably a conservative estimate. So I think once they go in the mail, it's kind of, we have to cross fingers and toes from, the US mail. And I think depending on where people live, I think that there's been a lot more of a priority on Amazon packages than regular mail, but hopefully that will cease here and we'll get back to prioritizing the regular mail. And that may not be the case for people that, are in the plan, but I've heard that from people in some outlying areas. So anyway, I haven't had an issue where I live with getting my regular mail, but we're pushing through it as quickly as we can. And that's been a very high priority for us also. So want to make sure that we get her done.
And everyone will get a new card because of the RX BEN number is different, right?
Everyone except for the Medicare retirees.
The Medicare retirees will get a new prescription card.
They will not, unless they won't get anything new unless they made a change, because they all went on to the new claims engine in January of this year. So they already have those RX and PCN numbers are on their cards already.
Terry, the only people that are be getting new cards are going to be the active members and then the pre-65 retirees, because the Medicare eligible retirees are a totally separate plan, and we don't have any. We don't make any changes in that, and we don't have any influence in that group. So.
Oh, well, I know they're separate. We do make their changes, but I thought their prescription name was changing for their separate prescription cards for the Medicare eligible, but maybe that's another conversation with CIGNA.
Because the Staywell Committee does not have any say in the post-65 Medicare eligible retirees.
Right.
So thank you for the updates, Terry. Is Celina on?
Yes, I'm here.
Hi, good morning, Celina. How are you?
Hi, I'm doing good. How are you guys?
Doing well.
Oh, good. Well, just finishing up. We have some money to spend here at the end of the year for wellness, since 2020 was a lot different. We didn't have a lot of opportunities to spend the wellness funds on employees, since we weren't doing a lot of events or a lot of things for people. So right now we are purchasing stuff that we can use next year. We're looking at this Wellbeat subscription. It's like an app on your phone, and the employees can use it anywhere. They can stream it anywhere they want on their smartphone. So that way, if gyms shut down again, people can still work out. So things like that we're looking into purchasing now and for next year. I will say that the food delivery that we started, the breakfast delivery that we started about 3 or 4 months ago, has gone over really well. Everybody loves that. And we just keep getting more requests. Even though we have a lot of employees that aren't working on site right now, we still have a lot that are. So they love it. Hy-Vee just delivers once a month to different locations, and the employees, from what I hear, doesn't take very long to eat it. So that was a great, I know people really like that one. So we're going to continue doing that next year as well. We did just do a lunch and learn virtual cooking class with Hy-Vee as well. And we are going to send out those recordings, and then we're going to pick 10 people to give out some one-on-one dietitian visits with the dietitian there at Hy-Vee. So I've had heard a lot of good feedback on that as well. So trying to think of ways that next year we can still do wellness and incorporate a lot of things that people want, dietitian visits, financial wellness, chances for opportunities to exercise, even if their gym shut down, all virtual. So we don't have to shut down basically like we did this past year. So this year was a good learning experience, and we're just working on spending that money for next year.
Okay. Thank you, Celina. I know it's been a tough year for everybody, but I'm sure the wellness side's been even harder because nobody sees anybody in person anymore.
Right.
Okay. We'll continue on. Does anybody have any old business that needs to be discussed? None? Sweet. Does anybody have any new business?
Mike, we still need to find somebody to do the minutes. If somebody would like kind of step up and want to do that. I know he's stretched pretty thin trying to do the chairman position and try to get the minutes and stuff done. So, any volunteers out there?
It's a glorious position.
Well, Lockton would have done it, but now that we're no.
Well, it's something to think about for the members that are actually sitting on the committee. I know it would greatly help me out. Like Cindy said, I'm pretty stretched thin between the chair position and then having to take minutes and then type minutes out and meeting invites and everything. So it's gotten to the point where it's, along with everything else that we're involved with, it's a lot on my plate. So if that's something that somebody's interested in, you can send me an email, talk to me about it. And of course, that is a voted position in the committee. So we can do something in January if somebody feels that they want to step up and help out. So we'll put that on for January's meeting.
And honestly, you've got it nailed down pretty simple because there's a kind of a format to follow. So it's not like it's super difficult. It's just making sure you get the stuff during the meeting. But I mean, I've done it previously and we've always kind of had a secretary on the committee, but I know since we've had a lot of new people coming on, it's a little bit hard for us to fill it, but it would take a lot of pressure off of those positions.
Well, since I'm stepping down, I can't, so I could volunteer Nate or whoever.
Yeah, we could welcome him to the committee that way. So, if nobody has any new business, I would like to take this time to thank Jamie Franklin for his time on the committee. He informed me over the last month that he's going to be stepping down as he moves forward in his life and career and looks forward to the possibility of retirement, and wanted to make sure that it was a smooth transition to the next representative for his local. Jamie, we thank you for your time. Your knowledge and expertise on this committee is invaluable, and thank you.
Well, thank you. I've enjoyed it, learned a lot. And Dina and Amber, thank you for all you've done the years I've been here.
Thank you, Jamie.
If nobody else has any new business, our next meeting will be held January 27th at 8:30 in the morning. As far as I foresee anything in the future, we'll have to continue to be virtual. I know with the COVID restrictions and everything, that's out of our hand. That's something that's come down from Mayor Weir. So we will respect the restrictions and make sure to keep everybody safe and socially distanced. So I wish everybody a happy holidays, Merry Christmas, a Happy New Year. I wish you all the very best. I know it's been a long, trying year for us. We've been put in a lot of situations and had to make some really difficult decisions, but I thank you all very much. We've all done a very good job of making sure that this plan comes first and represented our groups very well. And I look forward to continuing this relationship into 2021. So if nobody has anything else, we'll make the final motion to adjourn for 2020, and hopefully 2021 starts out a lot better.
I second that.
So do we have
I'll make a motion to adjourn?
Jamie Franklin makes a motion to adjourn.
I'll second it.
Mike Labor seconds it. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Motion
Merry
approved.
Christmas, Happy New Year, everyone.
Merry Christmas, Happy New Year.
Have a good one.
Merry Christmas. Thank you, everybody.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye, guys.
Bye-bye.